Olympian in her own right. And we are ready to go. Our officials in this one, Alex Stankiewicz and Jen McCall. Jen, alongside Darren Spiritosanto, headed to the Olympics this summer to whistle as a USA representative. And we are underway here. And the Bears control to get things started in the Whitecaps, moving right to left. UCLA in the Blue Caps as we get started. The Bears in at 19-6 on the year. UCLA, as we told you, 25-0. They've done perfection before, looking for it again here in 2024. The Bears now go to work. 0-2 so far this year against the Bruins. Shot clock to 4. That skip bounces away, and we'll see UCLA on offense for the first time.
It's good possession, balance, good attack. They're just going to have to put up better shots on that.
Attempt there from Claire Rowell, no good, and now UCLA. The Cal defense, they have been locked down as of late. A stifling effort in the semifinal against Hawaii, especially on their 5-on-6. There's a takeaway there, down low. Rosanna Vorvelt picks the pocket as they went inside to Anna Pearson. The Bruins, they have depth at 2 meters. Anna Pearson, Nicole Struss, an excellent 1-2 punch for Adam Wright and company.
The frenzy of the first quarter. Let's see who can establish their system of play early on here.
Remember, we told you it's a new champion. Nerves here. These athletes have not been in this environment. National title on the line. Save, steal. On the outside attempt from Abby McGee. So Lauren Steele picks up her first stop.
Not a bad look, not a bad look. But if you're going to get Lauren Steele, it's probably going to be on an angle, off a pass.
Steele's freshman resume, pretty stellar. MPSF tourney MVP, MPSF newcomer of the year. Now the Bruins.
Pearson has some great deep position there. Let's see if the Bruins could work with this.
Here's Allen now working to Renner. Entry in, and that one's tipped away. So Cal, Brenda, they've come ready to collapse on Anna Pearson.
Yeah, and that's a great offensive possession. Unlucky bounce, but Cal's ready to take that unlucky bounce.
Williams now. Here's Dempsey, having an all-time great season. A career-high 47 goals for Dempsey. From the outside, Steele again. Ranging left, the freshman from Old Greenwich, Connecticut.
It looks like the Bears are looking to attack early, get Steele off balance, trying to rattle the Bruins early on.
Teams have not had much success getting past Steele. You understand a different approach here from the Bears. Coming up on 5.5 to play, opening quarter, scoreless here, NCAA championship match, Cal and UCLA. Meeting for the first time in this final. Doden on the skip, and at center cage, corralled by Williams.
You see the Bears really talking on defense, pointing, organizing themselves, carrying from their defensive work that they had yesterday against Hawaii.
Hawaii, such a strong season. Cal split with them during the regular year, but able to get off to a great start in the first half. 8 goals in the first half, and then held off a potential rally in the second half.
You see a double post here by the Bears, but that just puts so many more arms in front of the goal with Steele in the back net.
And they do not get a shot away. As the horn was sounding there, that perimeter try, a close call. Steele makes the stop anyway. And this is classic, right? Big game energy to start. Yes. Each side trying to figure it out. Here's Molly Rayner, the junior from Laguna Beach. They work it around the perimeter. Again, Cal dropping back. They know the threat Pearson is. Content to give UCLA a look from 6 meters. Renner now moving in. Up to 5 meters now. A fake off the post on that cross-cage try. It was an attempt from Pani Seghetti, the standout freshman.
I mean, that's a good attack. Both teams are having great attacks. Just, you know, unlucky bounces so far.
Someone trying to break through here. Told you about Cal's defense. In 3 of their last 4 matches, they've held that opponent to season lows in goals scored. From the outside, and Steele ready for that.
It's not a bad idea, but there needs to be more movement. Get Lauren Steele moving across the goal. If she can be set on you, she's going to have success against you.
They definitely came out with the idea to test her early on, put some shots on cage and see what happens.
And here we have the Bears with the great counterattack defense. The Bruins were up on that counterattack but couldn't convert.
And we'll see our first exclusion. 6-on-5 upcoming for UCLA. The kick out there on McGee. The Bruins now on the advantage. 3:38 to play here, first quarter. Outside, Renner.
Malia Allen's been doing really well for UCLA on that lefty side. That's an advantage that the Bruins have that the Bears don't have. So let's see if she can help her team here.
Movement. UCLA inside one time, tipped up and away. Williams got a piece of that Toten redirect. It was a good look, but Isabel Williams comes up with a critical save early.
That's great 5-on-6 defense. Good pass inside, but the Bear defense was ready to collapse.
Sides now even, advantage over, but the shot clock resets after the tip out by the goalkeeper Williams. 3:13 to play here in the first.
Looks like the Bruins now are going into a double post also.
Renner off the bar, long rebound. It'll come right to Allen. Set it up again, new 30 for UCLA.
And it's important time management here. You've had the ball for a minute.
Renner off the deflection, off the post. Field blocker got a piece, goes off the post. Cal will take the break.
Bruins have a slight lead on the counterattack.
Here's Dempsey now. Goes across the pool. UCLA covering up well. Dempsey catch and release. That one slides past Steele. And Marin Dempsey has given the Bears a 1-0 lead.
And that all started with early offense. Crossing the ball. So it goes from the left side of your screen to the opposite side. And even Lauren Steele, as great as she is, it's hard to cover that much room in that goal.
Marin Dempsey, career high 48 goals this season for the senior from Murrieta, California. Has worked through injuries to get back in this lineup, has been in the mix throughout this 24 campaign, and a leader for this Cal squad. Puts them in front early. Palmer now. This is the depth of the Bruins. After that score, they come back with a lot of fresh bodies. Palmer's off the post. Rebound controlled. And here's Annalise Miller. Miller's just come on. Thought about trying to answer quickly, and now we'll regroup. Coming up on the 2:15 mark here, first quarter.
The Bruins are keeping a lot of possession of this quarter because they keep getting those bounces back.
This is Palmer, outside Smith, a fake, and Williams, a scramble, and Isabel Williams recovers.
Williams is holding strong for her team, and they're keeping that momentum in their favor.
3 saves now for Williams, 4 for Steele. Some changes for the Bears as well. Jessie Rose is on. Here's Mallory Reynoso.
The Bears were successful moving the ball around and having early offense.
Shot from the outside. And they'll say controlled by UCLA on that attempt with the timer winding down. And now quickly Steele looks to go. Here's Palmer.
Counterattack, early offense has been working.
We saw Pearson earlier, now Nicole Struss is in. Also a dangerous force at 2 meters. She's surrounded. Palmer. It's Melanson, a second lefty for UCLA. The skip is denied. Williams has it working in this first quarter. 4 big saves for the Severna Park, Maryland native.
They're in sync. They're playing a deep zone. She knows where the shot's coming from.
Cal thought about a little move up the pool there. Here's a chance now, an exclusion. Loose ball, Steele off her line to track that down. They'll say ordinary. Steele's got a race to get back. And she does get into the cage in time. Cal on the advantage.
And that power play came from early offense, early counterattack. Cal creating that advantage.
First power play of the night for the Bears. Reynoso, near side now. Swinging around. Off the post on the attempt from Felina Vordau, the freshman from the Netherlands. 1 power play on each side. Neither team has converted just yet. And we are in a fast-moving first quarter. 30 seconds to play in this opening period. Just 1 goal to speak of.
Deep zone here. Let's see if there's more movement by the Bruins to break down this zone defense.
Palmer to the outside. A fake. Score it for UCLA. Annalise Miller, the senior from nearby Danville, California, able to connect. We're even at 1.
And you see a lot of movement, a drive-in. They spread out the defense, a great cross pass.
Annalise Miller, just her 13th goal. And this is the depth of this UCLA squad. We told you about the different scorers on this team. They have a lot of folks that can step up and make a big shot.
And that has led to the success they've had this season. It's comforting to know that anybody could pick up that shot and put it away.
15 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Let's see if the Bears go 7-on-6. They won't. They'll play it straight up here in this tie ball game. Dempsey now. 9 on the clock. Last looks here for Cal in this first quarter. Reynoso inside. Clock to 3. An exclusion. 3 seconds left. Will they hang on to it or go quick? They'll take a look and they'll hold. So Cal pumps the brakes. They'll try and win the sprint to start the second quarter if they can. They'll have a 6-on-5 to open up that second period. So a potential power play when we return. High energy opening 8 minutes. Dempsey able to hit. Miller responding for the Bruins. We're even at 1 after 1. Back to Berkeley after this. No matter the result tonight, history already being made. Coralie Simmons, the Cal head coach, the first woman to coach in an NCAA water polo final. Her thoughts earlier today about the moment and what it means, not only just for her, but her team and for the sport. And Brenda, you've been a part of some firsts along with Coralie Simmons many years ago. Another big first for her.
Yeah, she's a trailblazer, and it's great to see her coaching and also breaking more barriers to inspire us next generation of coaches.
Brenda, Coralie, so many other talented women, part of the first Olympic Games to offer women's water polo back in Sydney in the year 2000. So continuing to push forward in this great game as we are underway. And what a sprint to be controlled by UCLA, because it cancels out the opportunity for a 6-on-5 for Cal. So Cal, understandably, 3 seconds left in that first quarter. They draw the exclusion. They try to hang on to the ball, hoping they can win the sprint. Doesn't happen. And we're back to even strength, UCLA with the ball. One of those little strategic wrinkles in water polo. You'd think just shoot it at the end of the quarter. Not always the best move, but it works in the Bruins' favor here. Allen, catch and release, off the mark.
Not a bad idea to get your lefty into this game. She's been really successful for them.
Well, these goalies are so good. You know, both teams are thinking, how do we break past these excellent keepers? Rosanna Vorvel now. Nina Flynn, and the save is there for Steele. So again, Brenda, you hit on it early. Cal, a concerted effort to go fast.
Yes. And it's not a bad idea. I think you're trying to catch Steele off balance, maybe looking somewhere else. But if you don't score it, you got to make sure you're playing some defense.
Going to work on those swimming skills. Have to counter back in a hurry. Here's an exclusion. Second advantage of the night for the Bruins.
And you know, Anna Pearson's going to draw those exclusions. She's physical. She gets in deep.
Vorvelt going off. Opening moment, second quarter. Bruins attacking. It's Allen inching in. Tries to loft that ball right to 2 meters. Dangerous pass. It's taken away by Cal. The Bears are able to hang on. That was Natasha Kiefer right in front, looking to gather and go, to no avail.
And they had some success with that yesterday against Stanford, but I think shoot from the outside-inside game.
Early on here, but getting a sense of what the teams are trying to establish, and the defense is just not allowing it right now. Shot clock to 3 here. Cal in a hurry with 2, and that's off the mark again. So credit now UCLA. Cal goes fast, they make the stop. Cal has to use all of their clock, they make the stop.
Yes, it seems like the clock is going really fast for both teams right now, not slowing down for them.
Already 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Renner now works to Kiefer. Allen here. Single coverage for the moment in at 2 meters. They'll try and spot Pearson if they can. Now Cal collapses. Shot clock to 7. It's Allen's shot if she wants it. The skip is off the post. She's had a couple of close calls. Malia Allen, a near score.
I mean, if you're Adam, right, you're happy about this. That was a great attacking possession. It didn't go in, but eventually they will, so you can't lose confidence with that.
You signed for that shot from Malia Allen every match. Meanwhile, the Bears. Cross cage, Steele. Lauren Steele, you know her well.
Yes,
You've had the chance to coach this athlete Orange Lutheran, finished her high school career there, and has drawn rave reviews for her ability to train some more.
Her vision, her passion for the game is incredible.
Allen drops it in the bucket, draws a crowd, pick it up, loose ball! Kiekefer hammers it, 2-1 Bruins.
And that's just, sometimes the ball and those lucky breaks for you. But Kiekefer was very aware, knew where the ball was, and just put it away.
17th goal for the freshman from Santa Margarita Catholic. Right place, right time, as that one just popped loose from a crowd and able to convert.
Coach Simmons is like, you have to finish that possession. They had that steal, they didn't secure it, and UCLA put that away.
Those little moments, they could be the deciding factors in a game like this. The 8th clap raining out here from the Bruin fans that have made the trip. UCLA having a pretty strong week when you talk about the Bruins overall, picking up the volleyball championship, softball conference crown, now looking for water polo here on the women's side.
We have the Bears with lots of movement.
Off the post. And the rebound is there. Bears trying to box out Vordow on the inside, but instead it's back to the Bruins. 4.5 to play, first half.
When here we go, the Bears are back into a deep zone, making sure to neutralize the center.
Melanson now, Taylor Smith, sophomore from Newport Beach. Melanson thought she might pick up an ordinary there. Didn't happen. She'll get it back now. Timer to 5. Melanson faking, firing, and a denial on the inside. Flynn field blocking.
And we'll see if the Bears can get some early offense. That's what it worked for them early on, so they need to get back to that.
Trying to get the stop, counter, go fast again. Here's Flynn. The transfer from UC Irvine, such a big offensive injection for this Cal team. After they lost some talent in the offseason. They go into Flynn, the sweep. It's denied by Steele. She scored earlier in this tourney with a near identical shot. Lauren Steele prepared.
And she's creative, so they need to get her involved. She can switch things up.
New shot clock after the tip out. 8 saves already for Lauren Steele, stacking them up. Score it! It's Vorvelt!
It's a great catch and shoot. I always say it's a lost art. The quickness of that release. Great shot.
And we're tied at 2. Rosanna Vorvelt, the junior, played in some huge events with the Netherlands national team. Someone that is familiar with a big stage and able to convert here to tie this game up.
And one thing I love about college sports is the crowd. You don't get this experience at the international level as much, but here this crowd is awesome for both teams. But that home crowd, I think, a little louder for the Bears.
Oh, the Bruins had a wide open look. Had that pass been on the money, Seghetti had snuck behind the defense. It was going to be one on goalie, and it just sailed high. Bears dodge a bullet there. Shot clock to 10 now.
Those set pieces for after goals are great opportunities for those.
Rossi moving in. Timer to 3. Renner's got to go from distance, and Williams and company got a piece as that glances off the post. Under 3 to play here in the second quarter.
Both goalies holding strong, being confident for their team.
5 saves now for Williams. Each team 14 shots. The keepers, we highlighted them at the top. Off the bar. Meyer looking from the outside.
These shooters, sometimes, we don't need the perfect shot. We just need it to go in. So maybe we start aiming for the posts.
You start thinking about goalies getting into shooters' heads. You see these shots that glance off the bar and post and you think they just can't find the cage. No, they're thinking about where that goalie is and how to avoid them.
Exactly.
Renner now at 6 meters. Swings that around. Timer to 5. It's Allen with 3. Renner fading. Field blocked.
Both teams are taking their time now, it seems. They're shooting with 3 seconds left, and the goalies can be set on them, so they're going to have to mix it up a little bit here.
Yeah, it was a frenzied start. You've gotten the feeling both have settled in here a bit. Cal now look to have an advantage there on the far side. Reynoso glancing off the frame of the cage. How many close calls have we had here early?
Oh. But you see, it's only 2-2, right? There hasn't been a lot of stoppage time, so you see the fatigue kind of setting in. So we'll see who has the deeper bench here to help out with that.
Yeah, no goals means no stopping, means lots of swimming. Back and forth. Genoa Rossi. Renner, they'll give her the shot. Rossi stepping in, knocked down, swings it with 4. The skip, and Isabella Williams takes care of that Szigeti try.
And you have the Bears maybe look like a counterattack opportunity, but maybe some early offense here.
Now it's McGee, the Las Vegas native, giving it off to Reynoso. We are under a minute to go in this first half. This game is flying. Bruins guarding against an entry inside. Shot clock to 5. That was a big looping lob attempt there that sails over the cage.
I mean, you haven't seen that many direct shots this game, so they're trying to think of any creative way to get shots on goal and get it past these goalies.
Well, bend it like Beckham there. That one just didn't have the angle. Ordinary here. 37 on the game clock, 17 on the shot. And now Malia Allen, who's had some monster days for the Bruins. We go back to Rossi. They'll leave her alone. Rossi with 5 on the clock. Put it high.
I'm looking for some skip shots. I'm looking for these off-speeders. Just, they need to settle down.
Yeah, everyone's trying to be the perfect sniper.
Yes.
And they'll need to do something a little bit differently here. About a 1 second difference now. Shot and game clock. Final moments, first half. It's Snyder. She'll let her fly, and that's wide. So, again, these are these direct shots. Not able to hit. Watch out for Lauren Steele.
She is a specialist on 7-on-6.
With 1, it's someone else's turn. It's Szigeti. They give off to Steele. Back to Szigeti. She goes high and away. We're going to hear from Adam right here momentarily as we pull into the half. Tied 2-2. This crowd bringing all the energy. The defenses on both sides shining bright here. Our keepers, 8 saves for Steele, 6 for Isabel Williams. And this has all the feels of a classic championship battle. Each side trying to find a way through those defenses.
Yes, and you saw the sweep from Flynn. You saw a direct shot. You saw over faking. So I think both teams just need to settle down, go back to the basics, and not look for the perfection. Just get it between the posts.
So just waiting to hear from Adam Wright as this crowd, they can take a breather here at halftime. So many of them have been on their feet the entire time, cheering on their respective squads. As it's like now we'll welcome in Adam Wright. Adam, first half has all the feels of a championship match. How does your team break through here offensively in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, right now both teams tight, hitting a lot of bars. We have to get to our counterattack, keep our structure. It's hard, they're overloaded in their attack, and we got to have people sacrifice and get to the right spots. If we can get our counterattack going, get some good structure, and force them to play defense a little bit longer in the front court, that's when we're at our best. So getting back to what's put us in a position to be successful, it's going to be important, obviously our defense, but also getting out on the counter.
So what do you tell your shooters at this point? Everyone seems to be going for that perfect shot. So what's your inspiration to them to just finally break through?
I mean, that's normal, right? There's nerves. Just got to keep going. Same thing last night with Stanford. First half, a lot of bars. Just got to keep going. You got to keep going with confidence.
Adam Wright, thanks for the time. We'll see you in the second half. Good luck.
Thank you.
Adam Wright and the Bruins all even here with the Cal Bears. 2-2 in this national championship match. We're at the break. We will step aside. More to come from Berkeley. Lauren Steele, 8 saves. Her counterpart, Isabel Williams, 6 stops. And the second half is underway in our national championship battle. Brenda Villa, Greg Meskel here with you from the Speaker Aquatics Complex in Berkeley. The Bruins will control to get us started here in the second half.
It seems like the Bruins in past games have had great third quarters, so we'll see if they can stay on with that trend.
Bruins winning the MPSF title over this Cal team, 13-10. They also played a match here as a 1-goal affair won by UCLA. Faking and hitting! UCLA starts off with a big score, Genoa Rossi.
That was a great cross pass, some great faking, a pause, and a shot. Great execution.
Little hesitation. Oh, that hezzy nasty there from Rossi. She puts it away, the sophomore at Laguna Beach. Mater Dei, strong high school program. She was the salutatorian for Mater Dei as well back in 2022. 30 seconds deep here, third quarter. Bears now. Flynn firing that ball back to McGee. Looking inside a triple team, that ball bounces away. That came in hot, looking to connect with Vorvelt.
Here we go, the Bruins at the counterattack. That third quarter strong. They come out firing, and they're pushing it.
Important moment here. Seghetti takes a look. Didn't want it. Back to Rossi now. Rossi faking. It's Allen. Allen creeps in and is wide of the cage.
But that's what they want. They're pushing the tempo. They're establishing their system of play.
And important there early for Cal to not let UCLA build some big momentum here. The favored Bruins undefeated. The 1 seed, Flynn on the bounce. Took a tricky hop, and it's going to be recovered by McGee as that glanced off the bar. They'll go back to Flynn. She can load it up again to 5 meters. Second time goes changeup, and it's denied by Steele.
Gotta move the ball. Gotta move the ball. She's a shooter, and you feel it, but move the goalie, set yourself up, set your teammates up.
Try 2 different looks. Skip first, lob next time. Steele was there on both occasions.
Pearson doing a good job getting deep position. Bears into their deep zone.
They drop back to help cover up. It's Renner now with 5 on the timer. Marching in, gives off to Allen. It's Renner with 2. Faking, save Williams. It's out of play. Stop number 7 for Isabel Williams. Came into tonight a career high 315 saves, adding to that tally here. Overall stop numbers thus far. New shot clock for the Bruins. They go right inside. And Pearson battling for that ball. Hips out of the water as she tried to control that one. UCLA on the advantage. Up 1. Their third power play. Yellow card to Coralie Simmons. We play on. Smith, near side. Seghetti, now Allen. Bring it back. Renner. Sides coming even. Advantage over. Smith faking. The field block is there. The Bruins have the rebound. So McGee with the big shot block cancels out the power play, but UCLA still attacking. Seghetti, dangerous pass, and taken away by the Bears. The Cal defense holds.
That was great defense, keeping their composure. The ball finally went into set, and you are going to get exclusions when the ball goes into set. Either team hasn't been able to do that because of the deep zones, but that was a good breakthrough, but better defense. Yeah, respect to the centers with these zones. They are welcoming outside shots. They like that alternative as opposed to an entry on single coverage. Here's Flynn. And now an exclusion on this end. You had a feeling the 6-on-5s might pick up here in the second half. And we'll get some clarification here. Maybe not an exclusion. Could be a simulation warning. And so that was the call. So a simulation warning there. That goes for everybody now on the Cal side. Next one will result in a stronger call. The skip and Steele is there for the stop again.
Officials have made it a point of emphasis over the last couple of years to cut down on that faking, essentially, of what could be an exclusion.
I feel like soccer needs to include that.
Smith drops that inside, and ordinary. Big XL there from the Bruin fans. They were looking for an exclusion. Instead, shot clock to 4. Allen with 3, with 2. Allen with 1. Tries to go inside. They run out of time. Wait. At the last second, an exclusion. Right as the shot clock was about to expire. Coralie Simmons can't believe it. An exclusion called as the shot clock was about to sound. Bruins kept working for that advantage. Timeout, UCLA, a 30-second. They're going to set up their 6-on-5 offense here as they have their 4th power play.
Coach Simmons needs to be a little careful. She already received a yellow, so she's not happy with the call. But her defense has been great, so they just need to focus on that. And then the Bruins need to make sure they can keep their momentum going. And
far from the first time in water polo an exclusion has been granted right as the shot clock is expiring. It's a reason why teams continue to work for those entry passes, even when it seems like they should be shooting. 6-on-5 now for the Bruins. Nobody has broken through on the player advantage. There's a change here halfway through the 3rd quarter. Smith regathers. It's Palmer now. Palmer, now Allen. Sides coming even. The advantage is over again. Sagadi to skip, and Williams all over it.
That's a great 5-on-6 stop. Maybe they can get a 2-goal turnaround here to shift the momentum.
Williams pushes ahead to Claire Rowell. McGee now, and here's Reynoso. Where do the Bears go for offense? Rowell, that's an ordinary. Shot clock to 8. Reynoso, and now an exclusion. Vorvelt battling down low, and a timeout called by Coralie Simmons. Now Adam Wright is going to come over and say, hang on, you shouldn't call a timeout there because the ball was being passed and the Bruins had tipped it, but ruling that a timeout was awarded before any of that happened. And so the Bears now will have a power play, their 3rd chance, timeout called by Coralie Simmons.
It's those milliseconds, right? That entry pass as the buzzard's going off, the timeout before the pass.
And Cal will use their 30-second timeout. And this is a couple of coaches, Brenda, that are using the 30s early. They know they'll need the fulls late.
Yes. And, you know, for these power plays, you want to put your shooters in the right spot. There haven't been many in this game, so they're trying to set up their teams for success.
Vorvelt now, 6-on-5 for the Bears. Dempsey back in. Vorvelt at 6 meters. Dempsey now near side. Vorvelt faking inside. One touch and in! We're tied! Maddie DeMattia.
That was great execution, patience. They had watched video, most likely. Great setup to that post player.
23rd on the year for the Simi Valley native.
And those shots, I mean, it's so hard for the goalie. They think the pass is a shot, their arms are up, great placement.
DeMattia playing such a critical role this year in the 2 meters for this team. Able to slam that home. And tying this game at 3. Under 3 to play in the 3rd. Ordinary. Palmer, now Smith. Pearson again, backing into position. Bears have her surrounded.
Bruins going into a double post here.
Palmer, batted away by Williams.
The Bears on a counterattack. That quick shot.
Williams takes a look. She's a threat to go full tank as well, as is Steele. A couple of goalies with absolute cannons.
You would love to see that, yes. That was great cover by the Bruins. There's a quick shot.
Shot clock to 10. Flynn. In traffic here. Ordinary called. They'll work it outside. Lob attempt and Steele ready. McGee trying to get rid of that ball with 5 on the shot clock.
Not a bad idea. She had that height. It wasn't placed as well as it needed to be.
And now in transition, here comes Taylor Smith. Seghetti and now Allen. Allen draws the crowd.
Pearson has that deep zone. The Bruins need to find that space.
They get into her. Catches cleanly, tried to turn and had it deflected. A rare instance where Anna Pearson was able to get the ball and turn without an exclusion. The defense has been so strong.
Yes, and heads-up play by the center defender there. Threw her arms up. She knows she has help there. It's hard to resist pulling back.
Center defender, one of the most thankless jobs in water polo.
Yes.
Take an absolute pummeling and have to hang in there. Shot clock, lob, attempt, and steal. Reading this like a book.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the lob's going to go from that position. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board there, but great pull down by Lauren Steele.
Under a minute to play now in the third. 3-3 game.
Double post there to kind of give their shooters more room on top.
Seghetti faking. Skip is in. Pawnee's buying. 4-3 Bruins.
It's a great shot by Pawnee there. Realizes that X1 or that defender's off because the center has great position.
She had 3 yesterday in the semifinal win over Stanford. Goal number 37 for the freshman from Budapest. It's part of a gold medal effort at the Junior Worlds with the Hungarian national team. Again, you can't replicate these experiences in big environments. They translate well.
Yes. I mean, she's been there. She knows when to put it away and doesn't shy away from the moment.
Seesaw battle continues. Bruins lurch in front by 1. Cal tries to find the equalizer there from Reagan Whitney, and it's off the bar and away. Steele advancing. Adam Wright wants her on the offensive end, but told her to wait. So it looks like they'll swim down here. They have to be careful. Empty cage on the other end. And now an exclusion. Cal's excluded. Steele will retreat because they're going to have the 6-on-5. No need for 2 extra bodies down there. Bruins can go to work. Bears here on a more traditional 5-person defense. With 2, with 1, at the buzzer, bar out! That's how the third ends. And I wouldn't put it past Corley Simmons to take a kick out and neutralize Lauren Steele at the end of that quarter. Either way, it works. Seghetti cashing in. Bruins up 1. 1 more quarter to go at least. National title continues. Welcome back to the NCAA Water Polo Championship presented by USA Water Polo. 4th quarter ahead. Bruins leading Cal 4-3. The NCAA Men's Lacrosse National Championship game is Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on ESPN from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. For more information, go to ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Crowd has been into it from the jump. Lauren Steele has been ready from the get-go, as has Isabel Williams. 12 saves for Steele, 10 for Williams. And a 4th quarter now to decide the title.
They are so calm. It's so great to see them in there making saves, directing their defense.
It's how you'd hope your keepers would respond in the big moment.
Yes, it's like you've been there, you take shots all the time, direct your defense. And I mean, you look at the 6-on-5s that are happening, not that many. That's usually a part of the game where you generate more goals and you have less control of what happens. So we'll see if both teams can generate a few more exclusions to help them. Just
1 6-on-5 goal so far tonight. Cal 1 for 3, UCLA 0 for 5. That last look there, bar out with seconds to play in the third. And we are underway here in the 4th, and the Bruins will control the sprint.
The Bruins did a great job of getting the ball into the center to Pearson's in that 3rd quarter, so they need to continue to do that. And on the flip side, Cal needs to do that to generate some more 6-on-5 opportunities.
UCLA on the attack as we get started. They go right inside, as you discussed, looking for Pearson, and 3 Cal Bears show up. Flynn comes up with it, and they'll take over.
And sometimes you take a risk. You put it in there to see if, an official sees something.
Play the odds.
Yes.
Shot clock to 13 now. Cal on the attack. Flynn held in check thus far. Snyder. Now they work to Rowell. Timer to 2 to 1. This is a lost possession here for the Bears. A shot clock violation. And again, that Bruin defense tightening here as this one goes along.
There's no movement by the Bears. They need to dig deep. They need to create counterattack, early offense.
UCLA goes back to work, trying to establish 2 meters. Ordinary foul called. Replay on, now Palmer fires that ball right in, and again a triple team. They surround Pearson. Smothering approach here from the Bears.
They're up on a counterattack. Will they push it? Will she go full court?
Thinking about it, and decides against any of the options you outlined there.
But now the Bears can get into some early offense.
Dempsey. Shot clock here to 5, running out of time. Rowell goes inside, the backhand is swatted. Perfect help from Doughton.
Yes, great defensive play. But that was a better offensive possession for the Bears, so Coach Simmons has to be okay with that. Now they just need to keep that going.
But you mentioned it, Cal had options, some risky options. They passed on all of them and lost about 15 seconds on that possession.
They might need to take some risks now.
Still a 1-goal game here. 5 on the shot clock. Palmer, Seghetti, Smith, Williams back for more. Offensive rebound controlled by Taylor Smith, the sophomore.
Great block by Williams. That was the same spot that gave up the last goal, but she was ready for it.
Palmer now. New shot clock here for UCLA.
The Bruins in this double post.
Going inside. That'll be an exclusion. Doughton posting. The exclusion called. UCLA now with their 6th power play.
These center entry passes are getting rewarded, so let's see about this power play. The Bruins haven't been able to score one yet.
Seghetti here. 6th opportunity. Smith now looking inside. Seghetti up on her legs. Rockets at home. She's got 2. Bruins in front by 2.
That's just great shooting. She faked it. She had shot blockers. She found that hole.
And in a game like this, a 2-goal edge feels massive. 5:07 to play. Largest lead either side has had. And Pawnee Seghetti, a monster night thus far in a low-scoring affair.
Yes. The Bears need to find their center or work for their outside shooters on the outside or take a few more risks.
There's 5 minutes left. We'll see what avenue they want to travel down here. Still plenty of time to play a bit more traditional.
That was a great little set piece. They got them back deep.
Vorvelt and Steele, impenetrable right now.
There was maybe a missed opportunity on one of the posts, but hey, Steele's having a great night.
13 saves for Lauren Steele, conference newcomer of the year. Conference tourney MVP. Bar out on that attempt from the outside. Loose ball. A race for it, and Williams is there. If Arizona State's Lutza Petavari didn't score about 5,000 goals this year, Steele may have been the MVP of the league as well. Bears looking to go quick. Bar out on this end. Upper 90 look there for Vordow. Couldn't hit.
Hey, not a bad luck. Not a bad luck. They have to find a way to get it in there.
Halfway through the 4th. Time running short here on the Bears.
Now if you're the Bruins, time management, you're still attacking, but you're playing smart.
Allen moving in. Renner from distance, and that's deflected. A field blocker got a piece before Williams had to. and Coralie Simmons will call for time. 3:43 to play. 5-3 lead for UCLA, and the Bears want to talk things over here. This is probably one of those,
yes,
if we're going to make a push, it happens now. Now, the storyline coming into tonight, one of them, UCLA, their perfection. Adam Wright said a couple of weeks ago, wasn't concerned with a perfect season, certainly concerned with winning a national title, but the record is what it is. Here are the teams that have done it. The Trojans, followed by the Bruins, under Adam Krikorian, 33-0, did it again. This was their title of 5, or their run of 5 straight titles. And then USC came back and went perfect again in 2016. That's it, just those 4 teams. Adam Wright talked about the idea of going perfect, and he said, look, that cat's out of the bag now. We tried to avoid that conversation for a long time, but then you get to the postseason where it's win or go home, and you kind of have to address it. He felt like their regular season game against USC late in the year, they played tight. They were thinking about being perfect. They had a conversation about it. He felt ever since that point, they've been sharper.
Yeah, and that's something you have to talk about, right? You can't hide from it. Of course, coaches don't want that in the media, but with your players, you're discussing it, and it's okay if you go perfect and if you lose a game, right? Because you still have to play at the end.
Look at what their tourney resume looks like. 7 times a national champ, but again, not since 2009. It's funny, there was a time where it felt like UCLA would never lose in women's water polo, and now it's been since 2009. They've gotten back to the final quite a few times, most recently in 2021, USC winning there. And so, again, a chance to break a long drought for a very proud program. For Cal, they'd been fighting so hard just to get back into the final, only made it once back in 2011. And now, in need of a major comeback here with 3:43 to play to try and claim their first ever national championship in women's water polo. Here's Williams as they come out of the timeout, presumably something set here from Coralie Simmons. They work to McGee.
Putting your shooters in the right spots, trying to work for your centers.
Here's Reynoso now. Gets it back on the near side. Shot clock to 9. Nothing there across the way. McGee, field blocked. The Bruins had that completely mapped out and stifled the attempt from the perimeter. Taylor Smith with the field block.
You draw it up. You have some options. Great defense by the Bruins there.
Nearing the 3-minute mark. Now I think we'll start to see the Bears get a little risky here, trying to manufacture some offense. And to your earlier point, Bruins don't want to get too conservative here. Shot clock to 7. Smith dumps that inside. Loose ball, and it's taken away. Adam Wright looking for a call. They play on the aggressive takeaway there in at 2 meters. Then on the way down, it'll be an offensive. So Cal over-aggressive in transition. UCLA gets it back, and now the Bruins will take a timeout with 2:41 to play. That's a huge turn of events right there.
Yeah, and, you know, if you're Cal right now, you can't think about those things. You've got to make sure that you're focused in the moment. You need a save, and then you need to get down there and quick attacks. I think they still haven't gotten the ball into their center. They have to find a way.
Let's look back to last year. Stockton, California. Stanford looking for their 2nd straight title, going up against USC. 2nd year in a row, these two teams meeting. And the Cardinal, powered by a whole host of national team athletes, including 2-time gold medalist Aria Fisher, but they go to a freshman late, Ella Woodhead cashing in. Stanford into the pool, and they celebrate their latest championship. This year, a complete change, because no Stanford, no USC. It's been these two teams passing the trophy back and forth since 2010. We know tonight it's going to be someone different. And right now it's UCLA in the driver's seat here with 2:41 to play. They've got the ball, and they've got the 2-goal edge.
Yes, and here your time management, right? I'm sure Coach Wright is going over, like, we can get the ball back and get a minute off the clock, then time is in our favor here.
How about Lauren Steele? Living up to her last name. There's a Steele wall pun in there somewhere. She has been so good this year. Isabella Williams has also been great this year. They've both been great tonight. It's not as if Williams has played poorly, but Steele and this Bruin defense, they have done just a little bit more, limiting a Cal offense that can score to just 3 goals.
I mean, to think that this final game has only had 8 goals total, you would never have thought that with the firepower on both teams, but defense wins the games.
Bears, their fans trying to will this squad back into it. They'll have to do it first with defense. 2:41 to play. Sun setting just about all the way down here in the East Bay of Northern California. Bruins out of the timeout. They go to work. Smith dumps it inside and an exclusion. They've continued to work for 2 meters. It keeps paying off. Power play here. Allen now. Under 2.5 to play. Palmer moving in. Here's Smith. Bruins looking for a big cushion.
Double shift, maybe set up their lefty. Maybe they go back to Pawnee, who has scored the last 2.
The clock to 7. Sides coming even. Smith! Ball down! No goal! Oh, they'll give it to her. They're saying score the goal for UCLA. That's a backbreaker. Smith hits. .6-3 lead for UCLA with 2:04. Second look here.
That was a catch and shoot. It bounced on the goal line and it crossed it.
Second look there. It goes all the way across. It's a 3-goal deficit. Cal will take a timeout as UCLA putting themselves in a fantastic spot here. Looked initially like they might play on, but you get that second look and clearly a goal there for Taylor Smith. A good call by the officials.
That was a great executed play by the Bruins, setting up their centers to create a great look, entry pass to Pearson for that exclusion.
And so the 6-on-5 numbers, we talked about them earlier and what a struggle it was for both sides. And again, these are not numbers that will go into the Hall of Fame, but UCLA was able to eventually get a couple of big makes on the power play late. You look at those numbers, they have 2 goals. And again, in a 6-3 game, in a game with only 9 combined goals, if you could have 2 power plays, that's big right now.
Yes, and that's when it matters, right? You look at that 2 for 7, you're like, what? But if you're 2 for 2 in the second half of a game, you're going to take that.
2:04 left. Here's the history. Again, we talked about who's made it into this final and who's won the title. Bruins getting there in 2021, also back in 2017 in Indianapolis. There'll be a new entry here tonight when you talk about recent champions. UCLA, Brenda, 2:04 away from bringing a title back to Westwood for the first time since '09. Adam Wright said a couple of weeks ago it'd be beyond special if he could be the head coach to help get a women's water polo title back to UCLA. Hears about it often, wonders when they'll get a women's title again. He's been able to bring the men's team back to a real prominent spot in the sport and now trying to get there with the women.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't even imagine one coach running both programs, but kudos to him and the hard work that it goes into lead 2 programs.
So the Bears now, 2:04 to make some magic. A lot of motion here to get started. Here's Flynn, looking for an ordinary McGee, tipped out by Steele. So again, you see the Bears now coming out, firing here, down 3. Time not on their side, so they have got to be quick about it.
They have to, and then maybe they get it into their center, maybe get an exclusion.
Here's Flynn looking for an ordinary, not getting it. Steps back and Steele with a save again. Lauren Steele.
Great defense. It looked like Flynn wanted a direct shot.
Now pressuring. The Bears here will come all over the pool trying to make a stop here.
They might have to take a risk here. Maybe goalie comes out. Maybe they chase the ball, send someone early.
Pearson. Keeper out. Empty cage. Dempsey takes it away as the shot clock sounds. 1:11 to play. Williams retreats. Dempsey on the attack.
Gotta move quick.
Bears on the move. And Cal will call for time with 1:07 remaining. 6-3. UCLA leading, 1:07 to play. And the Bears, again, facing this large deficit. And we said it just moments ago, right down through 2 minutes. They lost a minute off the clock, weren't able to manufacture a score.
No, and they're looking for those quick shots, looking to set up their outside shooters. So now I think they need to set up something maybe for their center, get a 6-on-5, go to work.
And looking to manufacture, again, the ordinary foul. You saw Flynn there on the perimeter. As you see Cal's tourney resume, 10 NCAA appearances, getting through the semifinals this year, not getting the ordinary. And it's tough, too, when the officials know what you're trying to work for, and there's not really the foul there that you want in some instances.
Yes, especially because I feel like in the center position, right, there could always be an exclusion, but do they always get called?
Yeah.
On the perimeter, there's always contact, so technically there's always a foul. It's just flow of game, what they see.
It's the old holding in football. You can call it every single play.
Yes.
The game would be 9 hours. You have to let some stuff ride.
And credit to the refs. I'd say this is the hardest game to officiate. You don't see half the things that are happening underwater.
Coralie Simmons, a decorated career. Her team in a tough spot here. Williams will come up, 7-on-6 now. Bears again, put that ball in the water. Williams now will retreat. McGee. Under a minute to play. Bears get the exclusion. In front, steal! Skying for the stop. Puts that into the corner. Maybe her first mistake. It's a giveaway. The Bears have it back. McGee now moving in. Can't waste any time. It's off the bar. And they'll say it's tipped out. Steele got a piece of that. It'll come back in. 40 seconds left. Now Isabel Williams comes up to join the offense. Whitney here. Moving in, gives to McGee. Entry in, backhand. Good to go. De Mattia has her second with 32 seconds left. They cut it down to 2.
They found their center. It might have been a little too late, but they found her.
De Mattia going fast. And now the problem for Cal, they're just about out of time. 32 seconds left, 30 on the shot clock. UCLA can take a ton of time off the clock here. Cal will certainly pressure them and hope for some sort of steal, but it's going to take a mistake here by the Bruins. Empty cage, keeper out. Seghetti lets fly. That's the capper! Pawnee will wrap it up. 7-4 Bruins. Empty netter for Seghetti.
And that's why Coach Wright put her back in. Hot hand there.
You understand the Bears. They got to bring the keeper out, pressure any way they can deliver it. But it leaves an empty net, and Seghetti converting. Shot clock off now. 21 seconds left. Williams will bring it up. Here's Isabel Williams with 10 on the clock. Whitney faking and Steele fitting. She makes the stop. Lauren Steele will let fly. That's all. The title returns to Westwood. The drought is over for the Bruins.
What a game for both goalkeepers. That second half for the Bruins, they've done it all season.
And Adam Wright is going to head down and thank the officials and Coralie Simmons first before he presumably joins his team in the water. The celebration just getting started for UCLA. That's a long-awaited dive into the water for this Bruin squad.
Do we have spectators jumping in there as well?
Someone ran down out of the stands. And for Cal, a tough end of their year. of course, an emotional night to have this happen in their home pool, to see someone else celebrate here. But what a run for the Bears, a history-making night for Coralie Simmons, the first woman to coach in an NCAA final, certainly not the last. And for UCLA, a long, long drought for a proud program ending here in Berkeley. Pawnee Segedi will go down as the leading scorer in this one, 3 big goals, but you have to look back at Lauren Steele. One of the all-time great performances by a freshman throughout the season. Again, a young freshman.
A high school senior, basically, but yes, a freshman.
Could still be doing this job for Orange Lutheran. She's here on the big stage and was ready for the big moment. A lot more to come here. We'll hear from the victorious Bruins. The perfect season is complete. 26-0, UCLA, your national champions.